Behind me right here is Hunter Baldwin. He's a senior outside linebacker, receiver. Tate Randy started both ways, defensive nose guard, offensive guard. Luke James, corner safety, inside slot. Jacoby Hunt, middle linebacker, running back.
I'll open it up for questions.
Let's talk about the effort, especially on the defensive side.
I'll tell you what, all year long, I mean, you've seen them. These boys, we went out with the game plan. We had to see what their speed was like. We felt like we contained them. You know, a couple big plays in the first half, got us. We went in at halftime and talked about, if you feel like you're deep enough, get 10 yards deep. That was the biggest thing overall. They are a great football team. There's no doubt about it. And I think today that we wanted to make sure we went out and earned the word respect. This is what we talked about before this the kickoff. And I'm just so proud of these guys. Not one time that we laid down. Going into the fourth quarter, Chris goes down. That's going to deflate a lot of teams. But with this defense, not having him play defense, it didn't affect us. We made some mistakes later on, trying to make some things happen. But at the same time, their defense hasn't given up a lot of points, and they showed it tonight this afternoon. So I couldn't ask more for this group of men because they play with heart, and that's what we were looking for. And because they're going to carry this right here, this experience through life with them, forever. And I'm just grateful for that.
Coach, you mixed it up a lot in the second half. Looked like the offense was passing and running, and looked like you moved the ball pretty well, but it seemed like you kind of got away from that.
We were trying to find a way to get, to attack their defense. Us offensively, we kind of hit them with some short passes at times, but they did a good job of rolling and disguising. Their outside rovers, sometimes they would play in and loosen up and vice versa. And there was times we was able to catch that, and there was times we wasn't able to. I think Jacoby ran the ball extremely hard. They do a great job coming from that second level. They're so fast coming downhill. Again, if you get past the linebackers, that secondary was right there. So we just, we had to take the 3 or 4 yards at a time. And it was hard to get, to try to get the ball off because you needed 3 or 4 seconds for us to work our deep ball. And we knew with that defensive front and those blitzes and the packages that they had, we weren't going to have much time. And so that was the key. And when Chris went down, that kind of changes what we can do. With him, we have a lot more of the packages and things like that. And defense was on the field quite a bit this afternoon.
Coach, you had a couple of chances in plus territory with the 6-0 lead in that first half. How important did you feel those drives were to get some points on those?
We left some points off the board, but it was huge. Just like the opening drive, they left some points off the board too. And at that point in time, I knew this game was going to be a dogfight. We don't know what sort of started in different parts of Texas and everything else. But in games like this, you have to utilize it. You have to take advantage of that, and it's huge. But, at the same time, man, when you're sitting across and you're looking at one of the best defenses in the state, probably all the way around, it's hard to move the ball sometimes. And we had that mentality, bend but don't break. Coming out, we threw an interception right off the bat. But we gave up 3 points. Well, we don't kick field goals anyway, so that was a victory for us because we were going to have to go score a touchdown no matter what to get the lead back. And I thought that was a huge possession for us defensively just to let them kick a field goal and then try to work it back down the field. But they're unbelievably good. We do it all week long, but with these group of guys, they fought the whole time.
Well, you didn't score an offensive touchdown in that first half. You were still able to change enough to change field position. And we thought that kept you in the game with the chains.
That's huge. Watching the games, we didn't have very many films on them, but what we watched on them, they would, a lot of times the first quarter was real close, and all of a sudden, they just exploded. And it would pull away. And that was huge for us all night long, was trying to keep it close. When we came in at halftime 6-7, we felt like we were up by 21, just because we weren't so far behind. And when a team is up like that, it kind of plays on these guys' minds. And so we felt like, man, we were in good position, just making some mistakes right there early on. Good football teams do that, and do that to others, And so field position was huge. There was a lot of times that, there was a couple times we went for it. Right there towards the end, we had nothing to lose. We called a timeout, and we threw the interception for a touchdown. We could have punted the ball, but I called them up and said, look, let's go for it. Let's see if we can make something happen. At that point in time, we're not going to give up. We're going to fight the whole time. And just, they sniffed it out and scored on it.
Luke, walk me through your fumble recovery for the touchdown. What was going through your mind at that point in time? I was just trying to get to the end zone, but it wouldn't have mattered unless, was it you mid fumble? Who was it? Yeah, they. Oh, well, if it wasn't for my D-line disrupting the play, then it would never happen.
For all the players, we just talk about what it's been like to be part of this program, to get it to the level that it's at now. You talked about one loss, 2 losses in the state championship. What's that been like?
I'll tell you how good this team is. I moved in last year, in January, and they took me in right off the bat. They took me in as a brother, and it's been awesome ever since.
Where'd you move?
Sonora.
Coach, just about the season, so that to get to this point, something to see what it's done, have a better time you gotta be real proud of.
I'm extremely proud. You know, the thing is with these guys, we moved back when Hunter was in 8th grade. And this group of seniors, we fought and we did everything we could, to get it the direction we needed to go, and it didn't take long. And the last couple of years, we've had very, very successful seasons the last couple of years, and for this group of seniors to buy in, and because this is my blood behind me, but these guys right here, every one of them are like kids to me. I mean, I check on them all the time. I go out and I look for them, make sure they're safe and all that kind of stuff. They got great parents. And so this group of guys, there's one reason we're here, and it's because they are very, very close. That's with my coaching staff as well. I've got a young coaching staff. We all got ties with each other, from history being back in school. But with these guys, it's unbelievable because we don't have a lot of Division Ones. Luke's walking on to Texas Tech and stuff like that. These guys, they're being looked at by Angelo State. Some of those, but we don't have that. And for some of the adversity that they came through, to keep a tradition alive, to be a senior class and to go behind 2 classes that went 10-0. And when you get to play one game because of the weather, and then when you get beat by Monahans and you basically just lost the district championship, that's what we talked about. That ball is very, very important. But when you start looking at the other gold balls that you've won, the next ones are the most important. And they believed that, and they saw that. And the biggest thing is football's a game. And these guys have come together as a bond, and they've had some experiences in life that I hope and pray that it will carry them on to the next level to make them better men, because it's a game right here. But what they've learned and how they fought, and they've seen the hard work, the dedications, the commitments, and all that kind of stuff, from making your grades in class to showing up on time for practice or for walkthrough or staying for a little bit of extra film, whatever it is, they see the benefits of the success that they can have in life, and hopefully they can take that with them. And I think that's what all coaches want to do and instill in their athletes.
Coach and Hunter, we talked about it earlier this week. Just kind of walk us through what the final game of coaching your son was like for you.
You're going to make me cry. You take it.
Like I said before, it's been the best thing that has happened to me my whole life, literally. Being within the last 6 years, literally, it's been awesome, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Before the game, we always talk about, where's your favorite spot on the football field, your favorite river and all that kind of stuff. Tonight was mine. Since he was a little kid, before every game on the road, the boys walk the field, say the prayers, do that stuff, and then he and I, we'll walk the perimeter, and we talk about life. We talk about, whatever. And knowing today, this afternoon, to be able to do it in this stadium, I held on to it. And very, very important because, and it's with all of them. I say with Hunter and all that kind of stuff, with man, Jacoby and Zettertot, all of them, it's huge. But I've been very, very blessed. Very, very blessed in this profession. Love what I do. And to say that I got to coach my son in the state championship game, and these guys are champions. These guys are champions wholeheartedly. And this stuff right here is supposed to come on the bus, not right now, so I apologize.
Jacoby, talk about what Coach Mobley's brought to this program and what's been like to play for him.
Well, before Coach Mob got here, we didn't go to playoffs or nothing, but when he got here, he changed the athletics, and he's just been doing a great job ever since. He's like a dad to us, another dad. And You probably don't tell nobody, but when you wrestle, I'll probably beat you.
Any final questions?
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk about, in your experience, how good that Western Star defense really is?
I mean, they're one of the best. Y'all been part of 2 state championships in the past. This is the 3rd one for me to attend. I'm a firm believer in defenses win championships. Firm believer in that, and I've been on the defensive side since I've got into it at Winters, Texas, a long time ago. Offenses, they change, they come and go. There's all kinds of things out there. I think that if you can find your nick in the defense, and I've talked to Evan several times about what we run, because we don't have a base. We're very multiple, but if you can get the kids on the field to communicate together and stuff like that, there's almost it's unbelievable. That defense, they're big, they're quick, they're fast. They played together for the last couple of years. I know it's senior heavy. They've got a great coaching staff. That coaching staff at Western Star, has a lot of tradition. There's a lot of time that's been spent on the football field on that coaching staff. And so, it's an honor. I mean, it's a huge honor for us, especially for me, to be able to go and play teams like Gilmer and play teams like West Orange Stark and things like that, because there's a brotherhood in the coaching world. And I've made some friends. I will touch base. I will contact, the coaches and Coach Turner and, the rest of these coaches that we come across, because I think it's a strong brotherhood and very, very important. They're a very, very talented defense.
Thank you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate you.
And Coach Cornell Thompson from West Orange Star. Coach, can you introduce your student athletes, please? Introduce your student athletes.
My athletes are here is Keyshawn Holman, defensive end number 2. Who's that name? T-Ron Brown, number 54. And KJ Miller, number 4.
We'll open it up for questions.
Shoot.
Coach, how's it feel the fact that y'all been the 100 all year long and gotten everybody's best shot and been able to race the task every Friday night?
Well, I've told a bunch of people this, that I didn't realize it really I've forgotten since back in the 80s. But, we've had to play every week. We have had a target on our back, and our football team, with the experience we've had, they've responded positively, and we've done well. So we knew we were the 100. We knew we were. We're going to get everybody's A game. I told these guys early in the season that's what's going to happen. So whether we were playing, whoever we were playing, we knew we was going to get their A game.
And is this the best defense in West Orange Stark history? The fact that y'all went 12 out of 14, or 13 now out of 15 wins, and nobody scored more than 6 points over the 2 games?
Well, we've had 87. We had a pretty good unit. I've had people ask me that. We've been in 5A, and we've been in 4A, and now we're 4A Division 2. And so in 4A Division 2, yes, this is the best defense I've ever coached.
Going into this game is more likely to be shit after Western Stark and Sweetwater. How did you mentally prepare, or how did you mentally change the plan in the middle of the game when you found out it was going to be a defensive ball?
Well, we went about our same business like we always have. We didn't change anything. In fact, our entire week has been the same. These guys, other than the fact that we had to practice elsewhere on Tuesday because of the weather, and then we came up here on Thursday. But our practice, these guys know exactly what we do on Monday, what we do on Tuesday, what we do on Wednesday, and what we do on Thursday. We hadn't changed that over the years, so if I drop dead, each one of these guys right here running practice here. So that's how we run it over the years.
So this is a question for all the players. So 16-0, first time in school history, back-to-back state titles. What does that mean to you? How are you, handling this moment?
Well, it feels great to go 16-0, and that, like throughout the other schools, it's like it hasn't finally sucked into us yet. But once we get home, I think it'll suck into it.
Coach, how important was it for you to get those 7 points right before halftime? You're going into the break, to the game plan, and come out the second half, and you just took that 1 point lead.
I thought that was huge. Momentum going into the dressing room, that was huge for us to go down there and score, make it a 7-6 ball game just before half. We go in and make our minor adjustments, if you want to call it that, talked about what was going on, and our guys came out and completed the deal. So, but that was a huge deal, yes.
Did those cheesy eggs taste even better today after winning the state championship?
And at 5 o'clock this morning, I'm filling my belly up at Waffle House. I've been doing it for 29 years, and I wasn't gonna skip this morning, so pretty good, yeah. There for a while, I thought I wasn't gonna get it past my collar right here, stuck right in my neck, but I finally swallowed here right in the second quarter.
Coach, you ended up giving up less than 5 points a game, and you outscored your opponents 8-11 to 69 for the season. Just talk about how good this defense really was.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the whole thing. Now, in '87, we gave up 4 points a game, but the thing is parallel with this here, and we're still playing the same defensive front that we played back then. Some of these young men on the team, their daddies played back when, and cousins and uncles and kin folks. We're still doing the same thing, so you know, this is these guys came out every day. What I was going to say about this, it's a very intelligent football team. Now, I've said this a bunch of times, and the guys have heard me say this. You can win with a deaf guy. I played high school ball with a deaf guy, but you can't win with a dumb guy. So these guys are very intelligent, and that's the key, I think, to our success. Is these guys right here are very intelligent student athletes, all of them.
For the players, you know, I had to give them cell phones last night. Does this make it all worthwhile?
Yeah. I was kind of lost on my phone. I got into bed and got my mind right for the game and came out with the win.
So, Teron, I asked them to make one more sacrifice, and I didn't want anybody to know where we were staying. I didn't know. My secretary knew. We drove up there, but we had it backfire on us as far back as '88. It looked like a circus atmosphere in the parking lot. They found out where we were staying. We didn't win the game, so I didn't want that to be excuse. I wanted them to focus on what we were doing, and they made that one more sacrifice, and they've made many sacrifices. These guys have, you know, through work habits and family sacrifices. It culminates into a state championship. Bottom line.
So you talked about the moment with Justin Brown. You know, he missed 7 games this year. Returns the icing game with that touchdown. As a coach, to watch what he's gone through this year and to see him have this moment, what's that like?
Well, nobody's hurt more than Justin during the course of the year. You know, he provided some leadership for us there on the defensive side of the ball, and I knew we got him back. You know, he thought he'd just jump in there and play 40, 50, 60 plays. And the first week I had him back, he played 20, and the next week we added a few more. So, you know, I like a racehorse had a bit in his mouth. I took the bit out, and he played all 4 quarters today, and he did a good job. He certainly did.
Him being my brother, I mean, he was down at first, but he always stayed on the sideline and pumped us up and kept us going. To have him back, when we got him back at the right time, he hit the ground running. And just wanted to tell him I love him in case he see this. I'm proud of you, boy.
KJ, the players, how much of an advantage is it coming to the game, any game is not playing, and now with your speed is kind of talked about instead of the top speed, Western Star, the speed, just tell us about, you know, how fast y'all are as a team and how what advantage that is.
Well, our speed, well, we are pretty fast, but I mean, everybody does their job, so everybody flies around to the ball, in pursuit and everything, so we just do our job.
Make it look good. Yeah, we got a bunch of guys who can run. You know, for real, man. I can run a little bit too, but having that speed, it gives us a big advantage as a whole because we all do our part and play our job, so they make it look good.
Coach Thompson, can you explain about your senior group? Some of these guys played 48 games for you.
They're pretty good, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna miss them. I guarantee you, love each and every one of them. Gonna miss them. You know, practices with that kind of experience and that many ball games. I don't think there's anything you couldn't show these guys on the offensive side of the ball that they hadn't seen. You know, or any front on the defensive side when we practice. So practices didn't have to be that long. I know these guys don't believe that, but they go out there and we refresh every week as to what we've seen and what offense we were playing. And guys, we played the slot T 10 times. I know these guys are tired of seeing it. I sure was. But we did a good job of defense. But having that experience, and that's a big deal. We're really going to miss that experience because that is a big deal. You just don't know how much. Yeah.
Coach T, when you look back and you look at Jack Dallas these last 3 years, what he's done, step up as a sophomore, wins a state championship on his birthday last year, and just seeing the emotion, it looked like, you know, when he hit him, this is his last high school game. Just talk to me about that time.
Even myself, you know, I'm supposed to be the bad guy, but when it comes to a championship like this, you know, I can't help hold back the tears because I know what these guys have been through, you know. Since January, all you people, y'all doing basketball and writing articles about track and baseball. These guys are busting their butt in the weight room every day. And we've had to head down in the rear in the air, and we've worked football. Our football season started in January. In January, guys, that's nearly a year. We've been concentrating on football now, and here again, it's all well worth it once you culminates into a state championship or being here at AT&T Stadium.
Coach, what's it like? You lose Dylan Stern Cole, he goes to bigger school, and then Jack fills in, and you know, 3 years of state championships. I mean, it's almost like a mythical story that he wrote, his own story. It's Jack Dallas beats Texas, and he comes in, and he's 3 state championships in a row for you.
Well, Jack is, what you don't know about Jack, he's probably fixing to be the valedictorian of our class. And he didn't ride in on no banana boat, you know what I'm talking about. He's standing there with his arms folded, and then all of a sudden he's thinking he's going to be the maybe the JV quarterback or the backup quarterback, and he'll stand on the sideline with me and watch a good football game. And lo and behold, the center's snapping it to him. He's in it, so and he takes charge. He's got that leadership knack. He's not a real rah-rah guy, but these guys believed in him and followed him, and we got it done. So it's been a big deal, and these guys may forget about me here in a couple of years, but I'll never forget about them. We've broken a lot of huddles together, and we've laughed and we've cried and played and worked hard together. So today, something happened today that we'll never forget for the remainder of our life.
So Coach, you won, as an assistant and a head coach, this is your 4th state title. You've been with the school since it consolidated. Have you thought about what a great way this would be to end a career?
God, maybe in my career. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what I do on Friday night. I don't do anything but raise Longhorn cattle and coach football. I'm a student of the game. My vacation goes, my wife rides out to San Angelo with me to a football clinic, and I study football out there while she rides around town. So I don't know what else I'd be doing, you know. So at this time, it hadn't crossed my mind. I know some of you guys think I need to go to the house. I understand it. I don't believe I'm ready. Okay.
All right, Coach.
Final questions?
You know, that first drive that the offense had, it was flying just like it has been all season. Then the 99-yard fumble return for the touchdown. How did you physically regroup and just make sure you hung in there for the rest of the game?
Well, it was the first play, first quarter, first couple minutes, so we knew we had the rest of the quarter and 3 more to go. So get it in gear, let's go.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Sweetwater and what you're up against, especially
I'll tell you
on the
what.
defensive side?
I tell you what I do is ride all over the state of Texas, and I go to towns, and I've been through Sweetwater, Texas. And there's no question about who their mascot is. It's on every window. And I knew, looking at them on film and talking to Coach, I knew they were a well-coached football team, technicians on the defensive side of the ball, and they were offensively, they had a plan, and we had to do something about it. So I think Coach Bobby does a great job. It was an honor to win, lose, or draw. It was an honor to be here in the final game versus Sweetwater. And I told Coach Bobby I'm going to go to San Angelo, and I'm going to drive through Sweetwater and look him up when we come home this year. So, and I think it, I hated that the quarterback, I'm going to call him, when his quarterback's going to be okay. I hate to see any athletes get hurt, but that's a quality program right there. It really is. And the kids in the program, the coaches, they're quality people.
Coach,
Last question.
you told me that earlier this week that this isn't about you. This is about the players. So in your eyes, what does it mean seeing them thrive like this on this stage?
Well, I'll say this, now I've told this last year. These young men right here have no idea the impact of what we did today, the impact it has on the little town of Orange, Texas, and drawing them together and drawing our community together. It don't matter whether you're short or you're tall or you're skinny, you're fat, or what color your skin is, okay? We all family. You can look up in them stands and see everybody that come to support the Mustangs today. And these guys right here have no idea what they did today. And that's a big deal to me. I love people. I've been coaching for 40-something years. I love to be around the kids. I love people. And I love drawing this community, being part of the glue that sticks this community together.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.